a lot more sanity to the process. So that's where we sit. We'll just continue working it, and I'll try to keep you informed.
I guess to maybe understand it a little clearer, if they do this 10% safety net, the way I understand it is if they ask for a $200,000 refund, that we would only give up $20,000 of our sales tax this month, and it would be continuous until we paid the $200,000?
No, what would happen is they take the historic 3-year average of your sales tax revenue. So the last previous 3 fiscal years, whatever our sales tax revenue is, they would average that 3-year average out. And then from that average, they base your 10% loss. Your refunds would take effect just like they do now, up until the time you met that 10% threshold. That might be in month 6, month 7, month 11, or maybe never. You may never hit it. If you hit it, then all of the other refunds due would come out of this other fund, and you provide that safety net that you never go above that in that fiscal year. Then you come to a year where your refunds aren't as great, and it would fall below that threshold, then they would take back from it until, or maybe at the end of the fiscal year, to get up to that 10% threshold, but you never would exceed it from there. That's how it's set up right now under the bill. And it's probably as good a workable situation without getting people all up in arms that, you know, you're endangering the state program or anything like that. And obviously our community has been the beneficiary of it as well. I mean, with the jobs that have been created here and investments made, it's just the struggles that we go through on budgeting, on trying to figure out from year to year, because we only get 30 days notice, how we're going to deal with this issue. And you've been through enough budgets, you kind of know what we go through. So I really think that this, everybody in the state has a vested interest in making this thing work, because it just provides so much more legitimacy to your ability to budget.
Gary, just a quick question on the bill. The provision that provides for the localities, if say they have 5% refund request rate in a given year, would they be required to contribute up to that 10%?
No.
If they...
No, that would never fly. I mean, you obviously would have a lot of opposition, because you don't have a lot of, some communities, you know, have never had a refund, because they simply are just dying on the vine and not trying to grow their communities, not trying to be progressive, and so, you know, it'd be unfair from their point of view to do that.
Okay.
What we're saying for them from the seed money is that anybody that has a local sales tax, the state has their sales tax, that one time only month, have a 1% fee on it that would provide the funding to go into this refund fund, and then the next month it disappears, and then this would be this safety fund here, and it would, for the foreseeable future, would be adequate in funding to provide what is needed.
Yeah, I understand that, but when I look at the bill, there's a section in the bill on page 11, I think it was, that said if a locality did not have refund requests that exceeded the 10% threshold, they would contribute back to the fund up to that 10% mark.
Right. If they had exceeded it in previous years.
Okay, so only if they're carrying a deficit.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
So basically it'll extend your debt. You're still going to pay the same refunds that you got due to you, but you can just now straight out for 20 years.
Is there a provision for interest on that? Would the locality be required to pay an interest rate?
It's not written into there right now, and I don't, that's not the intent. So the state does reserve the right to invest excess funds. So obviously if they could build interest into it, we all benefit from that as well.
Any other discussion on sales tax?
Just one comment. Senator Luden, our neighboring senator, is also introducing a bill that exempts cities that have local sales tax. I guess he's committed to doing that. That might be one to watch too. I
It's
don't
not
know
a
where it'll
bill,
go.
it's a potential amendment to our bill.
Oh, well, he's gonna put it on our, ooh, okay.
I thought we
No,
already,
they have to accept the amendment.
Yeah, I know.
The Revenue Committee, and that would just be on, in future situations, it wouldn't affect our.
I thought it was
existing
another whole bill.
No.
I thought we already got an opinion that we'd have to change the Constitution to do that.
Right, I mean,
The state constitution, sales tax.
Yep.
Anyway,
you'll
Yeah.
probably find that out.
right. He's close enough, they'll tell him direct. Any other discussion on the sales tax legislation? Gonna move to item 11 then, claims for January 2010. Item A, claims for Endurance Flag and Sidney Farm Supply.
I checked all these bills this time, so only question I had was I didn't know who Sidney Farm Supply was until I asked, so that was interesting. I just didn't know. But there was no problems with any of the bills. So I'll make a motion that we pay the bills for Endurance Flag and Sidney Farm Supply.
Second.
Okay, motion by Gaston, second by Filsinger. Roll call, please.
Gaston.
Yes.
Filsinger.
Yes.
Witherspoon.
Yes.
Van Vliet.
No.
Hyatt.
Yes.
Okay, pass 4-1. We're going to move to item B, claims for Hillside Ventures.
I make a motion that we pay the claims for Hillside Ventures.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Gaston, second by Hyatt. Roll call, please.
Filsinger.
Abstain.
Witherspoon.
Yes.
Van Vliet.
Yes.
Hyatt.
Yes.
Gaston.
Yes.
Okay, pass 4-0-1. How's that sound? Okay, move to item C, claims for White Bluffs.
I make a motion we pay the claims for White Bluffs.
Second.
I have a motion by Gaston, second by Filsinger. Roll call, please.
Witherspoon.
Abstain.
Van Vliet.
Yes.
Hyatt.
Yes.
Gaston.
Yes.
Filsinger.
Yes.
Okay, pass 4-0-1 again. Move to item D, claims for all others.
I'll make a motion we pay the claims for all others.
Second.
A motion by Gaston, second by Hyatt. Roll call, please.
Van Vliet.
Yes.
Hyatt.
Yes.
Gaston.
Yes.
Filsinger.
Yes.
Witherspoon.
Yes, pass 5-0. We'll move to item 12, city manager's report, comments by city council and other action concerning city departments, ordinances, and state statutes.
Just quickly, just the meeting's coming up. Tomorrow, the Historic Preservation Board meets here at 12 noon at City Hall. The leadership, Sidney, Cheyenne County, will go to Lincoln February 16th, 17th for a full slate of events that Senator Shields and his wife have put together for them. They'll be joining the Ogallala leadership group on that. It's going to be a very unique experience for them. The League of Municipality meetings are February 21st to the 23rd. As I mentioned, the hearing on before the Revenue Committee on February 24th, we'll consider LB 967. Next, at your next meeting, the High Plains Compass, the new Residence Bureau that's been formed with their interactive website, they'll be doing a presentation to you in the community. We'll be able to broadcast showing kind of how this whole system works and how we've tied all the regional communities together and a regional concept to sell our area to prospective residents, and what they're doing to kind of help new residents embrace the community and get help them along in that process. And so it's been a really good program. It's had a lot of initial success, and so you get a chance to hear about that firsthand and see how the website works. Megan McGowan is our local Chamber of Commerce executive. This past week was elected state president by her peers of the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce executives. I think that speaks exceptionally well for not only her leadership capabilities, but the respect that our community has across the state of Nebraska for her to be in that role. On kind of an exciting note, a project we've been working on for a number of months. The company is ready to take a leap of faith, and at some point next week, I anticipate, at least the way things are looking right now, they will make some kind of an announcement about their commitment to Sidney. This project will have initially minimal impact and minimal employment, but the potential